Homeland Security stated in their 2024 Homeland Threat Assessment that, quote, terrorists and criminal actors may exploit the elevated flow and increasingly complex security environment to enter the United States. So let me put it another way. The Biden-Harris administration failed border policies have without a doubt caused a crisis at our southern border that allows, unfortunately, terrorists and criminals to slip into our nation and wreak havoc on American streets. From fiscal year 2021 to date, 378 individuals whose names appear on the known terror watch list were stopped trying to cross our southern border illegally. And these are just the ones that we know about. Just 24 hours ago, we had a hearing in this room where a former chief of the Border Patrol, I asked him, how much information do we have on the millions of known gotaways that have entered this country? His answer, zero. We have zero information on millions of people who have crossed into this country illegally. We don't know where they are. We don't know what they're doing. We don't know who they're associating with. And we don't know what they want to do to this country. You would honestly have to be blind to not to see the crisis that we are experiencing as a nation and the danger that this administration is putting every American in. And it's absolutely unacceptable. Mr. Healy, in your testimony, you stated, quote, in my experience, the numbers matter. And I agree, they do. Quote, 19 al-Qaeda terrorists on 4 commercial jetliners fundamentally altered our world, forever changing our mindset in the aftermath of 9/11. In this landscape, a single terrorist act has the potential to impact millions of lives. Just last week, we commemorated the 23rd anniversary of the September 11th attacks. Communities that I represent on Long Island in New York lost hundreds of individuals that day. And unfortunately, we continue to lose people related to 9/11 illness. Both the NYPD and the FDNY, the numbers have nearly doubled of those that have died since 9/11 than on the actual day. When you hear some of the numbers that I mentioned related to our border, what are your initial thoughts?
Extreme concern, and it's outrageous because we didn't have to get here. This was preventable. This was preventable.
And what sort of threat do numbers like these pose to the United States of America?
An unknown, a known or suspected terrorist, unknown to the FBI, entering in the U.S. is a threat beyond I can comprehend. When you talk about 1 or 2, it doesn't matter. The issue is that when you have one, that one everybody knows about, and the fear and possibilities of what they can do is incredible.
And Mr. Healy, you use the word you pretty much can't comprehend it, and that's coming from someone who has spent his entire adult life in this world, in this business, protecting the United States of America. Would you agree that the large number of known gotaways, alongside the large number of individuals on the terrorist watch list trying to enter our nation, poses a threat to every state, every city, and every community in this country?
Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%.
And would you say that it poses an even bigger threat to people who live in communities like the surrounding communities or right in New York City, especially those with sanctuary city laws that incentivize people to come to their city?
I think it's a problem throughout our country right now, period.
And with that, Mr. Chairman, my time's almost expired.
Will the gentleman yield the balance of his time to the chair?
Absolutely.
Mr. Nur said you had commented regarding